Hello everyone, welcome to Real Wicked Talk. I'm James Otten. Today we're going to be talking about not necessarily Wicca. Sometimes we're going to go off into related topics. Related topics such as the occult, ancient paganism, mythology. Anything we talk about is going to be authentic and very real because this ain't Llewellyn. This is Real Wicked Talk. I know some of you know what I mean with that. Some of the books you see, some of them are really good. Some of them are not so good. So that's what I'm talking about. We keep it 100, and we're proud of it. All right, let's get into today's topic. We're talking about, speaking of authentic, these are very authentic ancient Egyptian proverbs that were recovered from the Temple of Luxor in ancient Egypt, where they did obviously a great deal of teaching. So let's jump right into it. We've got our top five, my top five, ancient Egyptian proverbs that will blow your mind and change your life. Unless, of course, you already know all this stuff, in which case, never mind, right? Okay. So let's jump into number 5 on the ancient Egyptian proverbs. Number 5. Not the greatest master can go even one step for his disciple. In himself, he must experience each stage of developing consciousness. Therefore, he will know nothing for which he is not ripe. So what does this mean? Well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but of course we've got new people out there who may not be familiar with this type of material. Basically, first of all, anyone can tell you anything, and you can read anything online, in a book, and that doesn't verify that it's real. You know, I mean, yeah, you can read any book, and there's no way to verify it's real unless you personally can verify it. Sometimes you personally have to experience these things yourself. Sometimes there may be stages of your spiritual growth and development which you're not prepared for yet. They're coming on in the future. They have the right moment has to come before you can hit that realization. So that's what that particular one is talking about. And also, any of the great ancient teachers would have told you they can't do anything for you. They can't wake up, shave for you. They can't eat your breakfast for you. I heard that from another video. But just a good example, they can't do things for you. You have to do them for yourself. The master can give you the keys, but you're the one that has to use them and unlock the doors yourself. Okay. Number 4. Exuberance is a good stimulation towards action, but the inner light grows in silence and concentration. So here we're talking about how exuberance is a good stimulus towards action. Well, yeah, exuberance comes in handy. Anything you're energized about. Sometimes circumstances come along also which can be even negative and might make you angry. But what does it do? If it drives you to further action, if it drives you to make the changes that you need to make, if it motivates you, sometimes it leads to better things. So you can't always discount negative experiences. Sometimes they can turn into positive ones, as I've learned many times and even recently. All right. And when we're talking about the inner light growth, okay, we're talking about meditation. Anytime you're quiet, peaceful, reflecting, meditating, obviously that's when the messages come through and realization can hit you and you have those aha moments. So that's what we're talking about there. Two different things, but both very important for your spiritual growth. Number 3. The body is the house of God. That's why it is said, man, know thyself. So with this one, what we're talking about is literally, uh, you, your body is the house of God. You are part of the divine source. Everyone and everything is part of the divine source. Well, we all come from it. We're all still part of it. We all go back to it. Okay, and that's something that you can meditate on. It's a good thing to know and be aware of. Um, Number two, if you are searching, oh yeah, we need to explain this one. There's a ancient Egyptian language. We're gonna have to explain that one for the people who don't know. Okay, if you are searching for a neater, observe nature. Okay, neater is the ancient Egyptian word for god or goddess, deity. That's what that's about. So what we're saying there is with the gods. They also are part of the same divine source on a different level. They're natural forces, forces of nature, if you will. That can be earthly nature, or sometimes that can be of more cosmic nature. All right. So again, how we're all connected, everything's connected, right? All right. And then we've got our number one, ancient Egyptian proverb for today, anyway. I have like a million of them that I could actually sit here and read, but I don't want to bore you to death. All right. Number one, what you are doing does not matter so much as what you were learning from doing it. It is better to know one does not know than to presumptuously attribute some random meaning to symbols. Okay, so first of all, the first part I think is pretty obvious. I mean, no matter what you're doing, you can be learning something from it. Try to be mindful of that. Sometimes you learn things later on, you don't even realize. You just had like a learning experience. But always be mindful. Think about when you're in a situation, think about what am I learning here? What is this teaching me? Okay? And the other part, if you don't know something, don't run around pretending like you're Mr. Know-It-All and you just know everything. Unless you want to be like my ex, who did that frequently. Said she knew everything. If you asked her to explain something that she didn't really know, she would say she knows, but she can't really tell you. Why is that? That's because she didn't really know. Okay, so don't make an ass out of yourself, for one thing. And if you're looking at anything, symbols, in this case we're talking about, do some research, meditate on it, get the real information. Don't just presume things. Don't assume things. You know what I always say, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. So don't make an ass out of you, and damn sure don't make an ass out of me, all right? Because I don't appreciate that. Okay, and that pretty much wraps it up for today's topic. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can't even imagine how much that makes me happy when you do that. All right, and thanks for joining me. You all have a great day, and blessed be.